I'm Cynthia Mulligan at the Moss Park Armoury. The city now wants to use this building to help house the homeless this winter, reversing a decision it made just last month. Mayor John Tory says he's open to the idea and hopes the federal government will give him an answer by tomorrow as to whether or not 100 beds, up to 100 beds for the vulnerable, can be put inside the building. This extended cold snap has exposed a deeply flawed and overcrowded shelter system, while demand has never been higher.
There has been a 30% increase in the nightly average use from this time last year.
A lack of resources for mental health issues, refugees, and the bitter cold, all contributing to the pressure on shelters that are, in the mayor's own words, too close to the edge. As a result, another 40 beds will open at the Better Living Center, and the city will ask the feds for the space at the Moss Park Armoury to create a 7th winter respite center. Just last month, they voted against it, but stories of overcrowding and people being turned away were mounting. Was the city woefully unprepared for this situation?
I think the answer to the question is no, we were not. We had a plan in place for the winter, but when you look at what actually transpired in terms of weather that is being described as unprecedented, I think the day a couple of days ago was the coldest day in 50 years. The refugee situation, which was something that obviously was coming to our attention as the year wore on, we took steps. But again, I think this is a very fluid, evolving situation.
I'm in the West End. Do you have anything in the West End available tonight?
Not at the moment.
People keep saying there's probably something over at the CNE, but I don't know where to go there.
Yeah, but it, right now it's 11. They have been filled up.
They're filled up at the Better Living Center?
Yeah, yeah.
Yesterday, this audio recording of a city worker telling a street pastor there were no beds available, when in reality there were, drew condemnation from homeless advocates who say it is a common problem. Today, the mayor blamed a lack of adequate technology for the mistake.
People are, again, using clipboards and pens to keep track of things, and you're going to get, I think, miscommunication of information. But the fact is that no one should have been told at any time, because it just wasn't true, that there wasn't space available for them.
The mayor wants to get to the root of the homeless issue, which he blames on an unaddressed mental health crisis and a lack of supportive housing. He's asking the province for an emergency meeting in the next 7 days.
It's a great turnaround. It's great. Better late than never. We've been calling for this for a year.
Frontline workers are happy, but warn this is just a temporary solution to a broken system.
People have to realize this has been building for a couple of years in a very serious way. In April, when these winter warming sites close down, there is nowhere for people to go. It is an absolute emergency.
More than 5,000 people used shelters in Toronto last night, putting the system at 95% capacity. However, that does not take into account the more than 500 people who also used drop-in centers and slept on mats or on chairs. If you add those people in, the mayor acknowledges the system is over capacity.